大谷翔平&山本由伸が牽引。ドジャース、MLB 最強チームの座を維持。日本時間4月24日、MLB ネットワークは最新の MLB チームランキングを発表し、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースがトップに輝いた。今季絶好調のドジャースを支えるのは、日本人スターの大谷翔平と山本由伸だ。特に山本由伸について専門家らは、アンヒッタブル、打てない投手、と大絶賛。その驚異的な投球内容で、開幕以降相手打線を圧倒している。また大谷翔平については、現在チーム事情でリハビリ調整中だが、デーブ、ロバーツ監督は、彼の強打をチームから外すことなど考えられない。投手としての復帰準備も進めるが、DH として毎日出場してもらう。と断言。彼は一人でオールスター級の2人分を担っている。と改めて絶大な信頼を示した。一方、専門家の分析では、ドジャースの他にパドレス、メッツ、ヤンキース、カブスらが好調を維持しており、激しい優勝争いを展開中。続いては、MLB 専門家が語るドジャース、大谷翔平、山本由伸の詳しい分析を日本語字幕付きでお楽しみください。
Because class is in session. Raise your hand if you have a question. He's been up all night with a pen and pad. If you didn't make the cut, then don't be mad. It takes a lot of work so that this could exist. Ladies and gents, we present the D-List.
Just regular.
Cubbies, I'm putting you on the list after last night. We're going to start at number 5. Take me to the north side of Chicago. Go Cubs, go! Pete Crow, Armstrong, I am all in. Shota Imanaga, 5 2/3 last night. Bear down. He's 2-1 with a 2.38. And Kyle Tucker, we said yesterday Lindor would get votes for MVP. Yeah, Tucker and Tatis, more of the same. Sign me up. Number 4, I'm throwing the Yanks in there.
Okay.
I put eyeballs on them every night. They got the best player in the world in Aaron Judge. 4-11 with 7 homers, 25 RBIs. Max Fried has replaced Garrett Cole. He has been absolutely dominant. 4-0 with a 1.42. And Ben Rice, 286 with 6 and 10. Number 3, I'm going to San Diego. I got it. Nick Pavetta's been on one. Tatis would be one, probably your leading vote getter right now for MVP. And on down the line, Michael King has been fabulous. They can't be beat at home. Petco Park is electric. They are loving each other. Number 2, I'm going New York Mets. I am. Up and down the line. Slow heartbeat from Francisco Lindor. Juan Soto hasn't even gotten going yet. Yeah, still factors in. Polar Bear, can't say enough about his start. It has been fantastic, playing with a chip on his shoulder. And the starting rotation. Tyler McGill has a 1.09, 24 Ks in 30 innings pitched, but I'm sorry. I'm still staying with the Dodgers. Yamamoto's been unhittable. They have 17 guys on the IL from a pitching standpoint. Tommy Edman leads the NL with 8 home runs. Mookie Betts hasn't even gotten going yet. Will Smith behind the dish is 4th in Major League Baseball in on-base percentage and 6th in average. So that's my top 5. You can... There's 10 teams.
There really are.
I was trying to find a way to get the San Francisco Giants in there.
Yeah, that's fair. San Francisco is 15-9.
D-backs. What it goes to show you is that the NL far exceeds the American League.
You have one American
right
League
now.
team on there. The
And I
AL
had to,
Central and the
I
AL
had
West.
to want the Yanks in there.
What about
What about the Phillies? Is it just the bullpen?
Okay, here's my
Tell
thing
me.
with the Phillies. When the dust settles, do I think they're a top 5 team? 100%. The Sanchez injury, the forearm thing, scares me, right? We don't know what we're getting from Ranger. Aaron Nola's gotten off to a flat start. That's going to change. Their bullpen scares me.
Yeah. Yep.
So they
What
just
about
got no juice right now for me.
What about the
Phillies.
Guardians or the Tigers?
know.
How close did they come to cracking inside your top 5? Tigers, I'm looking at their run differential. They've scored 106 runs.
I mean, they come extremely close. The tough one for me was the Giants. The Giants just walked into Yankee Stadium, took 2 or 3 in the pouring rain from them. I like the way they're playing inspired baseball.
Giants are 15-9. They've scored 119 runs, have given up 94.
The Padres have a legitimate argument because if you're saying right now they are technically the best team in baseball record-wise and what they've been doing.
They don't even have Yu Darvish.
Exactly,
in
from
that
a pitching
rotation.
standpoint.
I don't have much quibble with his list. I mean, I like I said, the 2 teams in the AL Central, Guardians and Tigers, have a case.
Tigers.
And certainly the San Francisco Giants have a
In a
case.
5-game set, the Tigers with that pitching, be tough.
Good stuff.
I love the Phillies, but
the Mets.
hey.
Hey, I mean,
Just living in this area, you're happy for the fans because they're always ready for something to go wrong. So
I know
let's celebrate it.
they almost can't believe it. They feel it.
It's early, though.
I know, but they feel it. You feel it?
oh,
Can you feel it?
not really, but
No,
I mean, I know
I
that
can.
they feel it.
I think I can.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. Let us know what you think. Hashtag MLB Central. A shot in the arm for the Red Sox rotation. Coming up, we'll show you Brian Bayo's season debut for the Red Sox and what one stat the Red Sox had to be thrilled with last night. Plus, more on PCA. He's emerging as a star in Chicago. Coming up, Dero breaks down the do-everything center fielder and why he has been one of the best players in the league for a while now. PCA, not Dero. Although Dero is an excellent player in his own. And a little bit later, JP Morosi has the details on Clayton Kershaw's rehab. Wait till you hear who he faced last night in the major leagues. Excuse me, in the minor leagues.
Check that.
Are we re-air? Oh, look at Lucas.
gosh.
Look at us.
Hey, Lucas, that is a nice, that's nice production value out of you.
That crazy Cubs-Dodgers game was one night early. JP, it is our showcase game tonight. Good morning. We need to run it back. A few Dodger arms trying to get right, and Clayton Kershaw at the top of the list. I always wonder what the guys think when he's on a rehab assignment. And here comes Clayton Kershaw. He looked good. Give me positive news. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Lauren. And yes, I have been given assurances from both the Cubs and the Dodgers that tonight's game is going to be even better than last night's. Promise. Tune in. MLB Network tonight. Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. here in Chicago. So you talk about Clayton Kershaw, some really good signs right now for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was able to get 3 innings in last night's rehab start. As Robert mentioned, the fact that he faced Jack Caglianone, one of the top young hitters in all of minor league baseball, really encouraging. Now, the key point here, and this has been written about, Sonia Chen has written about this at MLB.com. Of course, he's not eligible to come off the 60-day IL until sometime in the later part of May. So it's not imminent in terms of a return, but things are trending in the right direction, even though, as he told Sonia, the issue with his left toe that was repaired in the offseason still is a bit more of an issue than even his left arm. So left arm is good, but remember, it was the lower body that was the reason why he did not pitch after the month of August last year. And I think the key thing for the Dodgers right now is that even with all of their resources, all the pitchers they've added, tonight's likely to be a bullpen game, Lauren. So the Dodgers, because of some of their injuries, are really testing that minor league depth that they have.
Wow. Okay, so we have a plan, kind of, for Kershaw. Is there one for Ohtani, or is the plan just slow play it until October when we need him the most?
Oh, I think he'll be back before October, Lauren. But we're not sure exactly when that date will be.
Okay.
And I love this about our showcase game today. Will be boots on the ground at Wrigley. I'll be looking everywhere to see when and where Ohtani throws this bullpen session today, because Dave Roberts told reporters, including Ryan Herrera of MLB.com yesterday, that Ohtani is expected to throw a light bullpen today in Chicago. Of course, he missed some time while on the paternity list, but the idea is that his throwing progression continues. A full bullpen happening on Saturday. Now, as we know, Lauren, one thing that is clear about all of this, we are not going to see Ohtani's bat just leave the Dodger lineup for a couple weeks so he can go out and pitch in the minors. That's not going to happen because they can't just unilaterally take that bat out of the lineup for that period of time. So he's going to have to find a way to face live hitters while still playing every single day. And while there are plenty of people that are wondering, is it really all worth it? Would you interrupt one of the best bats in the world? To that, Dave Roberts said again yesterday, I don't know. He's 2 all-star players in one. We kind of need that too. So again, for all the fans wondering, the plan is still for Ohtani to pitch this year, and some more bullpens coming up this week, which is a very good sign for all of us who love seeing Shohei on the mound.
Indeed, and they all know when he comes back, Will Smith's got him. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know how he focuses his attention on each individual star pitcher, and then, oh, by the way, a 3-run shot. You're smiling. When you watch him work, what stands out to you?
Well, I think he's one of the most important players for any team in Major League Baseball, Lauren, because the Dodgers have a great staff, but they're not an easy staff to catch. And it's because of how dynamic each individual pitcher is. Now, the key thing in Will's career is that he has been a better hitter in the first half of the year than the second half, and that's probably obvious when you consider how often he catches. Last year, he set a career high for starts with 117. And right now, he's off to the best start of his entire major league career. I think one important point on Will, actually, I'll make 2 points. Number one, it used to be in the pre-Shohei era that there were ways for Dave Roberts to get his bat in the lineup as the DH on days when he wasn't catching. Well, of course, that's not really an option when you've got Shohei being the DH every day. So as a result, last year he caught about 72.2% of the games. This year it's about 75%, and the numbers speak for themselves. The other key point, and hopefully we get into this during the course of the showcase game today, he's closed up his stance a little bit. He's a little more direct to the ball. Maybe it's something for Dero to look at in the future, but it looks like his stance is more closed. He's able to get into the power of his back leg a bit more easily and driving the baseball as he did yet again last night at Wrigley Field. You can talk about all the superstars in the Dodgers. I would say this: there's not a more indispensable player, I believe, on this roster than Will Smith.
I think Dave Roberts would agree with all the superstars up and down, right? I need an 11-inning one-run game tonight.
We're working on it. I have sent messages now to Craig Counsell, Dave Roberts. We are on it, Lauren. A classic game is forthcoming at the friendly confines. The house that Dero built. And happy birthday to Wrigley Field today, by the way. Tom Verducci's all over that story for the game tonight. Happy birthday to Wrigley.
JP Morosi on the inside corner. Appreciate it. Robert, take it away. What do you got?
Lauren, there's overtime issues that come into play when you have a game this long.
Is that so?
We're trying not to do the whole time and a half thing.
Joining us today, Matt Klein, assistant GM for the Brewers. Milwaukee has gone 13-7 after a bad start. The Red Sox remain an interesting team. Dan Shaughnessy, longtime columnist for the Boston Globe. He'll join us. I want to ask him about that Netflix series and the reaction on the Red Sox. All that, our baseball he plays, come later. John Heyman and Carlos Pena are on the panel. But first, this was an epic last night at Wrigley Field. We have a theme this week. As I've mentioned, we spend a lot of time talking about the teams that do a lot with a little, like the Brewers. How about those who do a lot with a lot? Mets and Phillies, a series that wraps up tonight, like that one. And this one, Dodgers-Cubs. This is a week for big-time, big-city baseball. Let's stay in the heavyweight division and do a little digging in. And it is interesting. The coastal elites, New York, Los Angeles, have largely taken over. But the second city is on the way back. Technically the third largest market in the country. It has an enormous fan base, historic ballpark. Last night, the Cubs had their own charismatic Japanese star on the mound. They had their own superstar hitting big home runs. Shota Imanaga, Kyle Tucker. Well, it might not be Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts, but they're kind of the next best thing. This was a wild, fantastic game. It was 10-7 Dodgers in the eighth. Kyle Tucker, who's had a monstrous year so far, belts a two-run shot of Alex Vesia, made it 10-9 in the eighth. Then, in the ninth inning, 2 outs, Miguel Amaya against Tanner Scott. Scott was the top relief pitcher on the free agent market this offseason. That's a game-tying home run with 2 outs in the ninth. It's 10-10. And then, bottom of the 10th, still tied up. Bonus runner on second. First pitch, Ian Happ. Ball game over. 11-10 in extra innings. It's April, but that's a signature W. So it's a big city baseball game. Let's check the financials. Here we go. The Cubs, the #1 scoring club in the majors this year, looking like a solid contender at the very, very least. But again, while it is big city baseball, these are the payrolls, there is a gap. Check it closely. Here again, top payrolls in the game. The top 4 are kind of in their own league, right? Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, and Yankees. And they got about a $43 million drop-off to get to the Blue Jays. So the Dodgers are #1, but not by an awful lot ahead of the Mets. They're not ahead of everybody. The Cubs are down here at number 12. Now, they're spending real money. It's almost a $200 million payroll. However, the recent trend in the game, the superpowers have pulled from the pack. The Cubs might be number 12, but they are about $140 million behind the Dodgers. That means you could combine the Cubs roster and the St. Louis Cardinals roster and be just about even with those guys, the Dodgers, in spending. So think about it. Also, while the Dodgers were very loud and hyper-aggressive this offseason, they did great. Sasaki, Snell, 3 elite relievers, big-time players. Here's the offseason for the Chicago Cubs. They trade for Kyle Tucker. That's a superstar player. Traded for a closer in Ryan Presley from the Astros. And then in the free agent market, they signed Matthew Boyd, 2 years, $29 million. Catcher Carson Kelly, 2 years, $11.5 million. Mid-level deals, both have been excellent. Boyd's pitching today. He has a 2.01 ERA. Now, the Cubs have been aggressive in the marketplace. Their highest paid player is Dansby Swanson. But you might recall, Swanson was out of that 2-year run of the superstar shortstop class. Corey Seager, Trey Turner, Xander Bogaerts, Carlos Correa all got larger contracts than Swanson. So while the Cubs did go big, sorta, they weren't shopping for the most expensive players available, even within that shortstop class. So here's what I mean. Aircraft carriers, who are the big players on these clubs? Let's look at the top 5 total money for each club. Here are the Dodgers. I got to get out of the way. It's so big. 700, 365, 325, then 182, 162. Seems modest, right? The Cubs have one player with a $100 million contract. One guy, and he's 177. He'd be fitting in right here for the Dodgers. He's up there for the Cubs, and by a wide margin. Swanson at 4 Dodgers. 4 of them make more than anybody on the Cubs, and Swanson's the one guy far and away. From there, look at this. 85, 68, 61, 53. These are good players, too, quality players, but it's a completely different financial level. So right now, Cubs are a club that's making a lot of noise, right? That's a big comeback win last night. They are number 1 in runs scored in the majors, ahead of the Yankees. They trail only the Yankees in straight-up hitting, weighted runs created plus. But they also are very good on the bases. The Cubs are number 1 right now in team base running runs. So yeah, it takes a lot to play big city baseball. You need money. You need some ingenuity. The Cubs have shown enough of it to break into the elite big city class this year, and last night was a good taste of it. So let us know what you think on X. How far, we're trying to characterize this the right way, how far will the Cubs go this season? You could say World Series win, NL pennant, lose in the first round, not make the postseason at all. Just let us know what you think, and we'll have your submissions coming up here.
これぞまさに生ける伝説だ。ロサンゼルスドジャースの大谷翔平がグラウンド内外で放つ輝きは日々増すばかりだ。今週 MLB ファンを熱狂の渦へと巻き込んだのは彼のプレーそのものではない。むしろ誰もが見落としがちな日常の1コマ、そこに宿る彼の人間性こそが改めてその偉大さを証明した。試合中冷却ボックスの前に立つ大谷の姿が捉えられた。彼が準備したのは自らのためではない。なんと8本ものドリンクをすべてチームメイトのために用意し、自分の分は一切取らなかったのだ。これは演出でもパフォーマンスでもない。彼はその時自分がカメラに映っていることすら知らなかった。だからこそこの行動は真実であり本物だと世界中のファンが称賛を惜しまなかった。アメリカではこの行動に対し翔平のポジション指名打者をもじって指名給水係とまで呼ばれ笑いと共感を呼んでいる。それはただの笑い話ではなく彼がどれだけチームファーストの精神を貫いているかを象徴する逸話である。誰もが翔平を毎日もっと好きになると語るのも無理はない。その一方で大谷にはもう一つの重大な出来事が訪れた。第一子となる女児の誕生である。今や彼は野球界の顔であると同時に一人の父親として新たな人生を歩み始めている。チームメイトのムーキーベッツはそんな彼に対しこれから10年は眠れないぞと笑いながらも温かい言葉をかけた。仲間からの祝福が飛び交うロッカールームはまるで家族のようなぬくもりに包まれていた。試合ではベンチ内でホームラン直後にファウルボールが翔平を襲うというハプニングも。その瞬間ファンや実況は7億ドルの男に当てるなと絶叫した。それほどまでに彼の存在はかけがえのないものとなっている。そして今大谷翔平は再びマウンドに戻るための調整を開始した。ブルペンでの投球練習、体調の回復、そして父としての新たな役割、すべてを背負いながら彼は今日も一歩ずつ前へ進んでいる。その姿に誰が心を動かされずにいられるだろうか。次なる登板、次なる打席、そして次なる伝説を見逃すな。世界が注目する男大谷翔平の奇跡をこれからも共に見届けよう。彼の物語はまだ始まったばかりなのだから。